Hello students, this is Mrs. Jones. Today we're going to talk about liquid conversion using the units ounces, cups, quarts, pints, and gallons. You may have heard these as called the standard units or customary or English. They have different names, but these are the units that we use in the United States. The metric system you will not come across too much in collision repair, so we're going to focus on the standard units of measure. This little diagram is a really cool diagram because a lot of us are visual learners, and it helps us see the different conversion factors. Like for instance, in a gallon, they see the gallon, in the gallon there are 4 quarts. Do you see the 4 quarts? And then in each one of those quarts, there's 2 pints. So there would be 2, 4, 6, 8 pints in a big gallon. You see the 2 little cups, that's because there's 2 cups in each pint. The only thing that this does not show us is that there is 8 ounces in 1 cup. And you could even put the little 8s inside of the C's if you wanted to. But it's a cool drawing because you've only even seen this for a couple seconds, and I'm sure if you close your eyes you could probably visualize it already. So it helps us out with these conversion factors. So using the drawing up here, in a pint, so inside of the P's, there are 2 cups. In a quart, how many pints are there? So in the Q, there's 2 pints. And in a gallon, we know that there are 4 quarts in the gallon. Down below, I just told you here that there's 8 ounces in a cup. The rest of these that are kind of like written in gray, we have to do a little bit of thinking about, okay? Or we can look at the picture actually. In a quart, see the Q? There's 4 cups inside of the quart. In a gallon, how many pints are there? I see 8 P's inside of that gallon, so there's 8 pints inside of the gallon. How many cups are there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 16 cups in the gallon. Well, then the ounce part, that's the one that we have to do some thinking about. So in a cup there are 8 ounces. So there's 8 ounces here and 8 ounces here. So how many ounces would be in this pint? There would be 16 ounces in that pint, right? Inside of a quart, how many ounces would there be? So if there's 16 in each one of these pints, I have my wrong pen out, but that's all right. 16 and 16, so inside of the quart there would be 32. So then if there's 32 ounces in each one of these quarts, 32 times 4 would give us how many ounces there are in a gallon. And that's 128. So if you need to go back and look at how we got any of those conversion factors, please rewind and try to make sure that you totally understand how we got all those. But you can always keep that picture in mind because it's really cool and very useful. To do liquid conversions, though, you also need to know the units in smallest to largest. So an ounce is the smallest, and you can kind of see this from the picture also. Then there's a cup, then the pints, the P's are a little bit bigger, then the Q's, then the gallon is the largest, right? And this is small to large. Because the method that I'm going to show you to do conversions is a lot easier than what you would do in a Sunday school, maybe science class. The science class would teach you what's called factor label method. We don't need to do factor label method. We're just interested in trying to get to the answer as fast as possible so we can go paint the car, right? So the method that we're going to use is that if we are converting from a large unit into a small one, that means that we are going to multiply by some conversion factor. Now, that may feel weird, but if you're going from something big, a unit that's big, to a unit that's small, there's going to be more of the small ones to fit into that space. Does that make sense to everybody? Think about a gallon jug or a gallon container filled with something like eggs, okay? And then take a gallon container and fill it with something like grapes. The grapes are smaller, so there's going to be more of them. So that's why we multiply. And then on the flip side, if we're going from a small unit to a larger unit, we're going to divide, okay? So let's just jump in and do a couple examples. Since in part A here, number A, letter A, a cup is larger than an ounce, right? We are going to, that's large to small, means that we're going to multiply. And if you don't remember what the conversion factor is, you're going to go back to your chart on the other page and see that there are 8 ounces in a cup. So we would multiply this by 8. In 2 cups, there would be 16 ounces. Let's try B here. A quart or a gallon. A gallon is larger. So this one we're going small to large, which means that we divide. And quarts and gallons, if you don't remember, you're going to come back to the chart and see quarts and gallons right here, that there's 4 quarts in a gallon. So we're dividing this by 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. So 20 quarts is the same as 5 gallons. So let's do at least 2 more here. A gallon is larger than a quart. So in this one, we're going large to small, which means that we're going to multiply. And we still know from the previous questions that the conversion factor is going to be 4. So 8 times 4 is 32. So 8 gallons is the same as 32 quarts. Okay, let's do one more. A pint is larger than a cup. So this is large to small, which means that we're going to multiply. And if you don't remember what pints and cups are, you go back here and you find it, pints and cups, right at the very top. Pints and cups, so there are 2. 6 times 2 is 12. So in 6 pints, there are 12 cups. What I would like you to do is go ahead and try the rest of these questions on your own. And you're going to go to the Google quiz on the separate assignment. Take the Google quiz, make sure you hit submit. Make sure you hit turn in the upper right hand corner of the Google assignment. If you have any questions or problems, please email me at cjones@ictc.edu. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. All right, bye.